Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, your boy Corey, aka Crasher, here with a new video, and this is going to be a special one, ladies and gentlemen. With Generation 9 coming out later on in 2022, I'd like to share with you all my wish list of what I want in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Keep in mind, however, these are just my own opinions, so if you do disagree or have other ideas, I would love to hear them in the comments. Let's discuss some ideas. Without further ado, let's begin. Number 1, the VS Recorder. This was a feature that was a very welcomed addition into the Pokemon games back in Generation 4. It allowed for anyone to record a battle and save it, so it could either be replayed or uploaded if you have a capture card. This was such a great feature that allowed for content creators to have different ways of presenting competitive Pokemon content. Sadly, the VS Recorder was missing in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, as well as Pokemon Sword and Shield. If Generation 9 were to bring this feature back, it would definitely be very refreshing to see an old but beloved feature be brought back, so competitive Pokemon would have ways of shining in the actual games. Number 2, having the option to omit the battle timer. The battle timer has presented another glaring issue in Pokemon Sword and Shield that honestly handicapped the competitive aspect of the game. The maximum we were allotted was 20 minutes in a battle. The time encapsulates all aspects, from taking the time to choose a move to the animations in the battle, which made 6 vs 6 battles nearly impossible to enjoy. I think if we had the option to forego the battle timer, or at least allow us to dictate the battle timer length, I feel this would be a great way to redeem what really screwed competitive Pokemon in Generation 8. Number 3, regional forms. Now, I know, this sounds like a cop-out since we are very likely going to be getting regional forms, but I say this because there are a few Pokemon in mind I'd love to see get access to regional forms. I'd like to see some of the more forgotten and underrated Pokemon get regional forms to not only refresh them, but give them new spotlight. A few examples come to mind, such as Fearow, Arbok, Ledion, Noctowl, Lantern, and more. Those Pokemon would benefit from having regional forms and give them a second chance at life. Personally, I'd like to see how regional forms for Dragonite, Tyranitar, Salamence, and Metagross would go. Side note, ladies and gentlemen, I am currently doing a mini-series where I take 5 Pokemon per generation that I feel deserve regional forms for Generation 9. You should go check it out if you have the time and want to suggest Pokemon for the series. Number 4, having the ability to obtain other regional forms. Now this here kind of ties in with number 3, as this has to do with regional forms too. But I'd like for there to be a way where we can actually obtain Pokemon that have different regional forms. Examples being Alolan forms, Galarian forms, and Hisuian forms. I think it would be cool to see that come to fruition, and who knows, it might even expand it to crafting an interesting side story for the games. Number 5, bringing back Mega Evolution. Okay, this is something I have always wanted. Since Generation 6 introduced Mega Evolutions to us, it has been an absolute treat to see some of my favorite or forgettable Pokemon shine bright with Mega Forms, turning them into absolute units not to be trifled with. I know that this might compete or even overshadow the battle mechanic Gen 9 may have to offer, but if Pokemon Sun and Moon had both Megas and Z-moves coexist, then why can't we do it here in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? And last but not least, number 6, having a national Pokedex. This is something many fans would appreciate having. I'm very aware of the controversy it caused when Sword and Shield was announced to not have a national dex. I won't rehash on the controversy, but the point stood that many were outspoken about not being able to bring along their favorite Pokemon in the current games if they weren't in the Pokedex. Pokemon Sun and Moon, while it didn't technically have a national dex, was still able to support every single Pokemon. Being able to bring favorites like Sceptile and Greninja into the current generation games would honestly be a benefit across the board for the fans. Game Freak, please listen to your fans rather than going off what you think is right. Having all Pokemon available would also allow for crazy amounts of variety when it comes to traveling throughout the games, as well as the competitive aspect too. The more variety, the more creativity and challenges await for all the Pokemon trainers. And that concludes my list. What do you guys think? I'd love to hear what you have to say, and if you have any other ideas, I'd love to hear them out. And that's it for the video, ladies and gentlemen, so I'd like to say thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing, and especially comment your thoughts down below, because I love hearing you guys out. Always have, that will never ever change, so thank you guys again for watching, have yourself a fantastic day or night depending on your time zone, and I'll see you guys in the next one.